Welcome to this quick run through of one of Brandscore's core features and most exciting features. Brandscore is part of Benchmark's Talent Competitor Intelligence Suite, which allows you to look at how do we compare with competitors for talent across our employer branding, our careers website, our content, our review sentiment, our job ads, and much, much more. So we're going to jump into our demo. And here we've logged in as a member of the Coles TA or employer branding team. And what you can see here is all the features that are available on our Brandscore Pro subscription. And the first one is our flagship product, really, which is our full deep dive brand score analysis of your employer branding versus your selected competitors. So, for example, if you're Coles, you could pick Aldi, Australia, Woolworths, David Jones, whoever you wanted to analyze and see how does your career site content, your review sentiment, your job ads, and so much more, how does it compare to our competitors? But we're going to jump into one of the core features here, which is called Role Competition Insights. And this can be used on a day-to-day basis by recruiters to really elevate how they're attracting candidates, but also how they're engaging with hiring managers. So we're going to jump in here, and the first thing we need to do is look at what are we recruiting for. So let's imagine we've just received a marketing manager vacancy from a hiring manager. What we can do is analyze what is currently happening in that space in the market at the moment. So our role is in Sydney, so we're putting Sydney here. What we can do is also upload the job description that we've got. So if we jump in there, we can upload the job description. And what it will now do is it will go away and look at multiple different job ad sites to look at who is recruiting for a similar role. Or for a marketing manager role, and really then sort of start to filter those results based on our job description. So which roles are the closest to ours? So once the search results come back, what it will show is if you've got a current vacancy, so if we've already started to recruit for the marketing manager vacancy, you can still do this analysis and that job will come up here. But because we're starting with a brand new role, it's identified that actually we don't have a marketing manager vacancy that we're recruiting for. It also brings back your tracked competitors. So these are the competitors that you selected in your main brand score analysis report, which was in that first tab on the front page. And we can see here that our track competitors currently aren't recruiting for those roles, but these are the competitors for marketing manager talent currently. And what we show here is a number of different areas. So we see how many postings they've got, whether the role is remote or work from home, whether the salary is shown. This section here is based on over 23 studies from the likes of Harvard, and various other organizations on what candidates actually want. So what are the top 10 things that candidates actually want to see? And we highlight here, do these job ads really position and talk about those top 10 things or show those top 10 things? So we can see here some of these don't hit them at all, some do. And we can also link out to the actual job itself. So the next section is I should add, this is for if you've currently got a job advertised, we will show you where your candidate priority gaps are versus the other employers that are also advertising for a marketing manager job ad. So this is where you've already advertised a role. We also highlight the most common candidate priorities in the market, and we bring back the key or the most prominent keywords that we are seeing in the job ads for marketing managers currently. But what you can then do is start to either rewrite your current job ad or write a new one from scratch, which is what we're going to do because we're just kicking off this recruitment. And what we do is we can simply choose which companies do we either want to compete with or attract from. So, for example, We have obviously Aldi and Woolworths are our tracked competitors. We want to create job ads that are going to be they're going to really sort of resonate on recruiting people and attracting people from these organizations. But we also want to beat and be better than the current job ads that are out there. So we can select which employers we want to not directly target with names, but actually write job ad content that will help us attract from there. So Aldi and Woolworths, yeah, we're interested in hiring marketing managers from there. Sunrise had the closest match to our job ad. We might say, look, we're really interested in people from Amazon or Google as well. But you can then also add in any other target companies that you want to attract from. So those that you're currently not tracking, those that currently don't have job ads, but they are companies that you want to get potential applicants from. So we could say, look, we want to attract people from David Jones because they're also in retail as well. So we can rewrite our existing job ad, or we can create a new one from the job description. This is already pre-loaded because we put it in previously. And then we can create the job ad. And what it does, it looks at how do we make sure that we're really prominent against those core dimensions? How do we make sure that we're leveraging on the competitive intelligence of the companies that we've selected? So are there weaknesses? Are there areas of opportunity for us versus what we can see in Woolworths or what we can see in Aldi? And then it brings up a brand new or created job ad, which is optimized for your target audience, which you've detailed up here. And this is based on the evidence and data and the competitive intelligence we've pulled back from there. You can copy that, you can regenerate, you can edit it. And what we also do is we analyze your tone of voice on your careers website. So we're writing in the tone of voice that you're currently writing in with. So there's consistency across your branding. And we're obviously already pulling through some of the core messaging that we see on your careers website as well. What we can then do is then say, look, we want to create an executive summary for the hiring manager. So this is a ready to share summary of the detail that we've already discovered. So what's happening in the talent market? What's the competitor landscape? And how has the job ad that we've created been designed to attract the candidates from our target organizations? And it's all backed from the evidence within these AI scans. So this can be copied and pasted. So we can talk about, what are we really emphasizing to attract from our competitors? What's happening in the market? So a lot of detail in here that you can start to provide back to the hiring manager. We can then also create, in the same way we have job ads, we can create new social media posts. So if we want to post on LinkedIn, instead of saying, hey, look, we're currently looking for a new marketing manager, we can create a much more detailed LinkedIn post, again, really talking to your target audience that you've selected above. Then our competitor talent playbook is where some of the most powerful elements come in. So there's two things you can do here. In the same way as job ads and social media posts, we can create outreach messages for you as recruiters to you. So let's imagine we've come across a marketing manager currently working for Woolworths. We want to approach them on LinkedIn. What could the outreach message be that will resonate with a Woolworths employee based on the competitor intelligence that we've discovered? So if we click on outreach messages, this will create a LinkedIn type message. It will create follow-ups, cold emails, warm emails. So if they're in your talent pool and you want to re-engage with them, you can do that. So we create lots of profiles in here. You can copy them, you can edit them. So really great way for attracting and engaging with passive talent on LinkedIn or on Seek or on Indeed or whatever it might be that you use, but also engaging your current database and your talent pool. Then we can also say, okay, we've got this candidate from Woolworths into our process. the hiring manager is going to be interviewing them next week. What can we give the hiring manager as interview talking points that will really help position our role versus the marketing manager role in Woolworths? So if we click on interview talking points, again, what it does, it looks at all of the talent competitive data that we've analysed and pulled back about Woolworths. What are our strengths, and where could we leverage these strengths against what they're currently experiencing in that organisation. So we look at sort of what is the review sentiment that we're seeing across various review sites such as Glassdoor and Indeed. So where is Woolworths stronger? Where are we stronger? And what's the hiring manager strategy on this? We can look at things like their careers site and their employer brand analysis. So our Coles messaging here against Woolies is, it's more personal, more grassroots. The focus is on, ingredients to grow, which is one of the catchphrases, one of the hero messages that are in the employer branding within Coles, and then we provide the evidence behind that. If they've got a job ad, so if they're currently advertising for a marketing manager, we can show the analysis and what our opportunities are. We create opening hooks around how do we, again, attract or sell this role to a Woolworths current employee, what our pain points might be, what their pain points might be, and the opportunity to delve into that a little bit more. We can highlight the strengths. So inclusion and action might be one. This is our evidence. The peer support culture might be another one. This is our evidence as well. We can also create objection handling. So, for example, if they mention that Woolworths is a top employer for 2026, this is what our response could be. This is a great achievement, et cetera, et cetera. We evidence that. So where's that come from? Or if they mention the scale of Woolworths is impressive, we really like that. And we can provide a response to that as well. We also provide talking points around industry insights and references and closing pitch as well. And then all of these analysis are saved down here for you to be able to go into it at any time. So there's lots of market insights that you can use in your day-to-day attraction, but also lots of data that you can provide the hiring manager to really elevate the candidate experience and really elevate talent acquisition as a strategic business partner. If you'd like to see more, please feel free to get in touch.